Slowly but surely, Bayern München are breaking away from the chasing pack at the top of the Bundesliga. But is there any hope for Leipzig, Dortmund or Mönchengladbach to stop the Bayern München dominance at the top of the Bundesliga? We'll take a little look next. Right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. This time we'll take a look at match number 25 out in the Bundesliga, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, where the heck have you been, boys? Smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Bundesliga related. Whoa, but we're leaving it all here under one roofski. That's right, folks. Now, before we jump into it, I want a big shout out, that's right, to my Patreons, boys and girls. You know who you are. Russell Frost, No Code Drinker, Tom Beresford, Tom Clark, John Spurn, Aztec Marky B. Mark, Constable 1976, and Mitchell Shoney brothers. You are the Patreons at the moment. If you guys, if anyone else wants to join the exclusive VIP gang, that is Le Patreon, check out the old description down below. There is a link in the description. It's a way for you guys to support the channel in another level. That's right. For the price of a bottle of water, maybe. What else is pretty cheap? Chocolate bar. Price of a chocolate bar. One chocolate bar a month. That's right. In order to support the channel at another level. We're trying to kick it on, folks. It's a big old summer. Obviously, a lot of international football this year. And then next year, we've got some more business to look forward to. And we're going to try and improve the quality heading into the next World Cup. Anyway, let's get cracking, folks, and take a look at how we all got on last time out in La Bundesliga. So this is the criteria. 0 to 3, you're in the shit-based gang. 4 to 5, you're in the strict-based club. 6+, you're in the top banana. Not too sure how many of those there are this week, but let's have a look, shall we? Alrighty then, first of all, let's take a look at how I got on then, shall we? Just a quick scan of those. I think I did okay, nothing brilliant. So Düsseldorf and Berlin ended up all square. It's not Klinsmann's Berlin no more, but I actually went with a 2-1 win for Düsseldorf, so not too pretty terrible on that one. Bayern put 6 past Hoffenheim in some controversy flapping around the old Bundesliga this weekend. A couple of games were disrupted, this one included. In protest, really. A lot of the fans protesting against the Hoffenheim owner as well. This game was affected. I think it was the Union Berlin game affected or something like that. But there was at least two games were disrupted in protest to the Hoffenheim owner. I'm not too sure about it. I think it's just, you know, kind of money banking the club to success, which, you know, I'm not against that. Obviously, Blackburn Rovers were, you know, in some people's eyes, like that back in the 90s. You know, sugar daddied to the top tier. But you know what? It's just, I think it's, to be honest with you, it's a little bit jealousy from a lot of the other sides. It's not all this. Obviously, Leipzig is another prime example as well. It's happening across Europe, across the world as well, with a lot of sugar daddies taking control of clubs. And you know what? I'd love to be sugar daddied again. I thought we got sugar daddied when the Venkies took over, but no, we got ransacked. We got hoodwinked by a lot of people and put into a big old mess. Anyway, I don't want to go into that, but anyway, that game was affected. 6-0 was the final score for Bayern. I actually went with a five-goal thriller in favour of Bayern. 3-2 winners in the end. My boys, Mönchengladbach, kept up the pace with a 3-2 win over Augsburg away from home. Big result for them. I actually went with a 2-1 win for Mönchengladbach on that one, so pretty happy with that one. Dortmund squeaked by Freiburg with a 1-0 win. Actually went with a 3-0 win on that one. No Haaland this time out, or no score anyway. Mainz did beat Paderborn 2-0. Actually went with a 2-2 draw. Köln did beat Schalke 3-1. Actually went with that one. I'm pretty surprised that I picked that one up. Called the right goals as well, but it'll distribute them a little bit differently. Union Berlin, hang on a minute. They drew 2-2 with Wolfsburg. Actually went with a 2-0 win for Berlin on that one. Werder Bremen and Eintracht Frankfurt was postponed, I think, because of the Eintracht Frankfurt Salzburg Europa League game was postponed. So they played that game Friday, which then postponed this game. I'm not too sure when they're going to be that game's going to be taking place. But, yeah, well, anyway. And then wrapping up, Leipzig against Bayern end up all square. Actually, one of the 3-1 win for Leipzig. I did go with a 2-1 win for Bremen. I don't think that's going to count. As the old money balls roll in there, I got 4 out of, what, 8, which is 50%, which is in the straight-face gang. Who's with me? Who's with me? We're going to start with Ultra Oma Murat. He did all right for himself. Yannick Bustler, not too shabby. Miles Austin did absolutely honking. Amaji Buddy also did absolutely shitbags. We RQBR, terrible. Take it away. Ree did all right for himself. Nadine Karanka, not too shabby. Okay, he did okay. Maris Christensen did all right for herself. Christian04, not too shabby as well. Johnny talks Bundesliga. He does. Jack did absolutely whack. Bossio Mattia did absolutely poop. Ahmed 29 top banana, 4 days as well. There's no edit inside. That's clean. That's legit. We'll allow that bad boy. And Nathan Heaver, he did all right for himself. There's a couple more here. Bianca Muller did all right for herself. And Kevin Wright, not too shabby as well. So only the one, was it only one blip? No, there's a few blips. A few little stonkers out there for you. So that's what the table currently looks like out in the Bundesliga at the moment. Bayern leading the way, 3 points clear of Leipzig. Dortmund are in third. Mönchengladbach are hanging in there with fourth. Game in hand. Game in hand, that could be massive. It could push them up to second spot. You know what? To be honest with you, I just want Mönchengladbach to get Champions League. That'd be great. That'd be great. I also would like to see Bayern not win the title. That's my 2 cents. I don't like over-dominating teams. It makes me sick. So I'm okay, for example, in the Premier League. I'm okay Liverpool winning it for a change. I don't want to see Man City dominating it. I don't really want to see Juventus winning Serie A. I don't really want to see Barcelona winning in another flipping La Liga. And I don't want to see Bayern win another Bundesliga. Just give us someone else a go. Give us someone else a go. And down the bottom there's Paderborn and Werder Bremen. They're in the hot seats right now. This could be I think Werder Bremen are the longest standing Bundesliga team in the division that hasn't got relegated, so this could be their year, and Fortuna Düsseldorf are in the playoff spot. So that's the situation over in Germany at the moment. Let's take a look at what we're going to look forward to this weekend. Starting off on Friday, it's a bit of a, well, I wouldn't say these two sides last season were in the Zweite Bundesliga, but now they are in the Bundesliga. But Paderborn, they look to be toast at the moment. I was going to try and big them up a little bit, thinking that they got a chance. But looking at the table right now and their form, it's pretty woeful for Paderborn. But Köln are doing bits for themselves. So heading into this, Paderborn are 18th, Köln are 11th. The last 6 encounters between two sides have seen 3 wins for Paderborn, 2 draws, and 1 win for Köln. That win for Köln was earlier in the season, back in October, a 3-0 win. Simon Tudrode, Lewis Schaub and Sebastian Bunrau on the score sheet for Köln. The last time they played in Paderborn in a league match was a 3-2 win for Paderborn. That's right, I was in the Zweite Bundesliga last season. Goals from Bernard Tekepti, Karl Pröger and Marlon Rita on the score sheet for Paderborn. Köln's goals came from John Cordoba and Anthony Modeste, ex-Rover, but I'm not really a big fan of Anthony Modeste in a Rovers jersey. At least 1 red card in that match. Paderborn have actually been, where are we? Yeah, those stats are garbage. So the bookmakers, they'll go with... So the bookmakers' odds on this one, 12-5 in favour of Paderborn, 5-2 is the draw, 21-20 in favour of Köln. So the bookmakers are going with the away side. A win for Paderborn, though, could get them a little bit of extra little boost in their potential fight against relegation. That could go above Werder Bremen into 17th spot. A win for Köln in 11th could see them rise just 1 spot to 10th above their fellow promoted side last season, Union Berlin. Paderborn's form is ropey. 4 defeats of the past 5, and the other result was a draw. FC Köln are heading into this 3 wins of the past 4, so Köln are on a bit of a rise. But I'm going to give it to Paderborn. They're going to break the mould here, break tradition. All eyes will be on them as well. The only Bundesliga game in action on that Friday night. So I'm going to side with the underdogs. Yeah. Probably going to get that wrong. It smells more like a draw, if I'm honest with you. But I'm going to give Paderborn a benefit of the doubt and maybe bring some extra life to their Bundesliga campaign. Next up, we have Schalke. No, we don't. We have Wolfsburg up against Leipzig. Let's take a closer look at this one now, shall we? Wolfsburg up against Leipzig. The last 6 encounters sees 1 win for Wolfsburg, 4 wins for Leipzig, and 1 draw along the way. They played in Wolfsburg twice this season, around about the same time as well. In the league, it was a 1-1 draw in Leipzig. Timo Werner on the score sheet for Leipzig, Wout Weghorst on the score sheet for Wolfsburg. They did play in the cup. It was a 6-1 riot in favour of Leipzig in Wolfsburg as well. Timo Werner with a brace, Emil Forsberg, Marcel Sabitzer, and Konrad Lehmer on the score sheet. Also, Jeffrey Bruma with a big fat OG going in favour of Leipzig. Wout Weghorst on the score sheet once again for the one and only goal for Wolfsburg. Heading into this, Leipzig actually undefeated in 14 of the last 15 matches in the Bundesliga. But Wolfsburg actually also undefeated in the last 5 matches in the Bundesliga as well. So 2 teams in decent form. Wolfsburg have also scored 2 goals, at least 2 goals in the last 3 matches. So they've been finding the back of the net. Their form, Leipzig's form, heading into this, just 1 defeat in the past 6 in all competitions. That was against Frankfurt in the cup, whereas Wolfsburg are actually undefeated period in the last 6 games as well, picking up 4 wins, 2 draws in all competitions. That may include the German Cup, and does include the Europa League as well. Bookmakers, they're going to make a tough one, this one to call. 40-5 for Wolfsburg, 40-5 as a draw, 70-20 on Leipzig for the away win. That smells like that's bad bookies there. I think they're giving too much credit to Leipzig on this one. Wolfsburg come into this 7th in the table, 1 defeat at the past 6, whereas Leipzig head into this table just 2 wins at the past 6. So it's not great form for them. They are slipping up and they're slipping out of the old title race. I think if they don't win this, I think it's over for them for the title. I think it will be back in favour of Dortmund and maybe even Mönchengladbach to maybe put some pressure on Bayern. So tough old boots this one. I'm actually siding with a draw on this one, 2-2 draw in the end. So yeah, everyone, no one will be happy with that. I think Wolfsburg have got aspirations for Europa League football or European football again, and they need to win this game. It's a tough game though. It's a tough game to call. Next up, we have Bayer Leverkusen up against Eintracht Frankfurt. The last 6 encounters between these two sides sees 4 wins for Leverkusen, 2 wins for Frankfurt. They played in Frankfurt early in the season, around about October time. 3-0 win for the hosts. Gonçalo Paciência on the score sheet for Frankfurt twice. Bas Dost also on the score sheet for Frankfurt. The last time they played in Leverkusen, that was last season, around about May time. 6-1 win for Leverkusen. Havertz on the score sheet. Julian Brandt as well. Lucas Aliaro with a brace. Martin Hinteringer with a big fat OG, and Charles Araguérez also on the score sheet for Leverkusen. Philip Kosic, they won a goal for Frankfurt. Leverkusen actually won their last 3 home matches, and they will fancy their chances as well. And they won those 3 matches with at least two goals. So a big scoring margin as well. Bookmakers 4-3 on in favour of Leverkusen. 3-1 is the draw. 16-5 is the away win on this bad boy. Heading into this, Leverkusen find themselves in 5th. A win away from going into the Champions League spots, above Mönchengladbach into 4th. Frankfurt currently find themselves in 12th with a game in hand on a lot of the teams above them, and win away from going to top 10. Leverkusen look good at the moment, and I don't see anything but a 2-0 home win in favour of Leverkusen. Next up, we have Hertha Berlin up against Werder Bremen. This is a bit of a relegation scrap, I'd say. I think Berlin are not out of the woods yet. Despite recent form, 2 defeats in the past 6 for Berlin, whereas Werder Bremen are 5 defeats on the spin. They're in the ropiest of forms going. In fact, they are the worst form side at the moment in the division. Heading into this, the last 6 encounters between two sides sees 0 wins for Berlin, 4 draws and 2 wins for Werder Bremen. So they're unbeaten in the last 6 encounters between Hertha Berlin and themselves in all competitions, all grounds. They played in Bremen earlier in the season. It was a 1-1 draw, and the last time they played in Berlin was a 1-1 draw. Werder Bremen actually failed to score in 6 of the last 8 matches in the Bundesliga, and actually conceded 2 goals in 12 of the last 15 matches. Werder Bremen have lost 9 of the last 10 matches, so they are in shocking form heading into this. Everything goes against them on this one. They're playing away from home. Form sucks. They're in the relegation zone. The vibe is not great. Is it a chance for a reboot? Maybe a chance for Werder Bremen to surprise us all with a win. It's going to be a big tall order. 23-20 is the bookmakers' odds for the home win. 5-2 is the draw. 11-5 is the long shot away win. I don't know if anything's been done managerial-wise or what's been going on with them this season. If you are a Werder Bremen fan or know the deal, let me know in the comment section below. What's the situation? When was the last time they changed their manager? Is it too little too late? It feels too little too late because it's a, what is it? At the moment, it's a 4-point gap between themselves and playoff territory, and it's a good, 8-point gap between themselves and safety at the moment. So they'll need to win this game, and it's a tall old order. A win though could get them closer to that possible playoff spot. I'm actually siding with a 1-0 win for Berlin. Not big fans of them right now. Obviously, I was a little bit of a fan when Klinsmann was in charge, but right now, no. But Berlin will pick up the victory. 1-0 in the end. Next up, we have Schalke up against Hoffenheim. 2 sides in about the same sort of situation in the table. Schalke 6th, Hoffenheim are in 8th. Hoffenheim's form, though, is 4 games without a win. Schalke winless in 6. So the Wagner effect is completely wobbled off now. Heading into this, though, the last 6 encounters sees 1 win for Schalke, 3 wins for Hoffenheim, 2 draws along the way. They played in Hoffenheim early in the season. It was a 2-0 win. Kalamec and Bebo on the score sheet for Hoffenheim. Last time played in Schalke also went in favour of Hoffenheim with Belfodil on the score sheet, Kalamec as well, Salazar, Armeri and Belfodil with a brace, actually. Caligari on the score sheet from the penalty spot, and Bergstaller as well, the big old Austrian on the score sheet for Schalke. Heading into this, Schalke have actually failed to win the last 6 matches. Schalke have actually failed to score in 5 of those last 6 matches as well. So they're winless in 6 or so and scoreless in 5 of those 6 as well. Heading into this, 11-10 is the odds for Schalke victories. 9-4 is the away win. 13-5 is the draw. Whew, a tough old boots this one. If Hoffenheim are victorious, they will go above Schalke into 6th spot. A win for Schalke, though, in 6th, closer to 5th spot, which is Leverkusen. Currently is a 8-point gap between 5th and 6th. This could close it a little bit. I'm going to side with Schalke. Obviously, a lot of bad hoodoo around Hoffenheim at the moment. I think that'll continue for another game, and Schalke will get back to winning ways. Next up, we have Freiburg. Obviously, the surprise package earlier in the season up against the now surprise package. That is Union Berlin doing absolute bits. These two sides smack dab in the middle of the table. 9th place Freiburg, 10th place Union Berlin. Form-wise, I think you got to go with Union Berlin as well. 2 defeats in the past 6. Freiburg 1 win in the past 6. Heading into this, though, the last 6 encounters sees 2 wins for Freiburg, 4 wins for Union Berlin, 0 draws. They played earlier in the season in the Cup. That was a 3-1 win for Berlin. They also played in the Bundesliga back in October as well in Berlin. It was a 2-0 win for Berlin as well. So back-to-back wins for them. In fact, 3 wins on the spin between Berlin and Freiburg over the years, going back to 2016. The last victory for Freiburg was in Freiburg. It was a 2-0 win. So it was a 3-0 win around about December time, 2015. Goal scorers on that day: Mike Franz, Mark-Oliver Kempf, and Emmanuel Höhn back in 2015. It was in the Zweite Bundesliga as well. Union Berlin have actually scored at least 2 goals in the last 4 matches. So they are scoring goals. They're underrated, under the radar, and doing absolute bits at the moment. 5-4 is the bookmakers' odds for the victory for the home side. 12-5 is the draw. 21-10 is the away win for Union Berlin. A win for Union Berlin in 10th spot could see them rise above Freiburg into 9th. A win for Freiburg in 9th could see them rise up to 6th spot. In the Europa League spots. But where's the money going to go on this one? I'm going to go with Berlin on this one. I like them. Refreshing change. And let's hope they can continue with their decent season so far. Next up, we have the game of the weekend from me. It is Mönchengladbach in 4th up against Borussia Dortmund in 3rd. It's over in Gladbach. Their form heading into this, well, let's look at that in a minute. Let's take a look at the last 6 encounters. Doesn't go in favour of Mönchengladbach at all. It's very, very Dortmund heavy. In fact, Dortmund have actually won 6 out of 6. It's been a while since Mönchengladbach picked up a victory. In fact, you've got to go back to 2015. They beat Borussia Dortmund 3-1 on that occasion with goals from Oscar Wendt, Raphael, and Javier Nordfeldt. Gedungen, the only score sheet for Dortmund on that day. That was back in April 2015. In fact, it was back-to-back wins back in those days. But it's been 4 defeats on the spin for Borussia, for Mönchengladbach against Dortmund. Dortmund have actually won 6 of the last 7 matches in the Bundesliga and also kept a clean sheet in the last 3. However, Mönchengladbach actually undefeated in the last 9 home matches. So I'd fancy a draw at the worst case scenario here. 21-10 in favour of Mönchengladbach. 21-20 is Dortmund. They are favourites. 3-1 is the draw. A win for Mönchengladbach in 4th. Could see him leapfrog Dortmund and Leipzig all the way up to 2nd spot. Obviously, goal difference is a huge factor in that. A win for Dortmund could see them rise to 2nd spot. Against Bayern. Where's your money on this one here? Where's your money on this one? I'm going with a draw. That's right, 2-2. Playing it safe. Yeah, I just don't fancy him. I'd love to see it, but I don't think I'll see it this weekend. That's the last game on Saturday. Into Sunday's doubleheader. Now we've got Bayern up against Augsburg. Obviously, Bayern leading the way, 3 points clear of Leipzig. Up against Augsburg, who are down in 13th spot without a win in 4. Obviously, red-hot favourites. They're going to be, aren't they, Bayern, heading into this? Has he done enough to convince the board to keep him on next year? Bayern have actually won 19 of the last 23 home matches in the Bundesliga. Their form against Augsburg is pretty decent as well. 4 wins and 2 draws. However, they did play in Augsburg earlier in the season. It was a 2-2 draw back in October, but the last time they played in Bayern was a 1-1 draw as well in the league. So it's been a tricky wicket for Bayern as Augsburg, only winning 1 out of the past 3 matches between. So Augsburg actually lost their last 4 away matches. Whereas Bayern have actually scored at least 3 goals in 6 of the last 7 matches as well. So they're finding the back of the net quite easily, as they do. Heading into this, 8-1 on for Bayern München for the victory. 8-1 is the draw. 14-1 is the away win. So long shots. Obviously, a win for Bayern will extend the lead, potentially at the top of the table. Whereas Augsburg, a win for them, could see them rise a couple of spots from 13th up to 10th in the table. But there's only one way this is going. I'm going with a conservative 3-0 win in the end. And then wrapping up the weekend, it is a relegation 6-pointer. It's Mainz up against Düsseldorf. A win for Düsseldorf would open up the relegation situation once more. as they head into this, 4 points adrift of Mainz. It won't do anything in the table, but it would make things either a lot worse for everybody else if Düsseldorf open up the win. If Mainz are victorious, they're going to open up a bit of a gap. Heading into this, the last 6 encounters sees 4 wins for Mainz, 1 win for Düsseldorf, 1 draw along the way. They played in Düsseldorf last time out as a 1-0 win with Rowan Hernings on the score sheet for Düsseldorf. Milson Fernandez getting himself sent off around about half-time on that occasion. Yeah, so the bookmakers, they'll go with on this one, taking place on Sunday. Evens for Mainz for the victory, 30-5 is the draw, 5-2 is the away win. Like I said, a win for Düsseldorf could see him close the gap to Mainz to just 1 point. A win for Mainz in 15th could see him leapfrog a bunch of teams up to 12th spot and then force Hertha Berlin into that relegation dogfight. It's a scrappy old affair, this one. All eyes will be on it, and I can't see anything but a draw, which would probably do better for Mainz in the grand scheme of things, not do the wonders for Düsseldorf, as you were. However, Werder Bremen are victorious. They can close the gap a little bit further and put some pressure on everybody else. But that are my predictions. This is what the table would look like if my predictions were to come on in. Bayern would lead the way, 5 points clear of Leipzig, and then Dortmund will be in 3rd. Gladbach will remain in 4th, level on points with 5th place Bayer Leverkusen, who have a 8-point gap over Schalke in 6th. Down the bottom, Werder Bremen, who will be bottom. Paderborn will be 2nd from bottom, and Düsseldorf will be in that playoff spot once again. 4-point gap between themselves and 15th place Mainz. Get your predictions in nice and early down below so we can get them in featured next time around. Also, make sure you bang the thumbs up, and also if you are new, bang the subscribe. New videos every single day on the channel. Also check out the old description. Links to my other social media platforms are in there. Twitter, I've reached 1,000 followers, so respect to everybody who did jump in and do that. And also, if you want to check out the old Patreons, if you want to become a member of the exclusive VIP Patreon, my next goal is to reach 10 over there, so you could be that magic number to get me over the line. So check that sucker out. Yeah, and we'll do it all again. Obviously, the seasons are just going to get thicker and faster. I think it might be a crazy week next week, or the week after this, sorry, in the Bundesliga. And then we've got champions, and then we've got big time Euro 2020 games heading up. So we've got to look forward to that. Anyway, folks, be sure to bang the thumbs up, bang the subscribe. I'll see you next time. Who's going to be top of the table? Probably Bayern, because they're unassailable at the moment. Go for it. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.